It is a cold one here in New York. We are definitely in a cold spell lately. Well, you should have been a CIA agent, you little sneaky dog. Alright, Phil, I'm just going to the gym. I'll see you soon, okay? I'll see you soon. So I don't know what's going on down here, but for some reason, a lot of these new Polaroids are not sticking to the wall. Like you see, like it's just falling off, and these, like those ones up there, are falling down. So, at the 99-cent store, I got spray adhesive. Let's see if this will work. I'm not digging this idea. I feel like it's gonna ruin the Polaroids and I'm gonna regret it. So I'm gonna just, we also bought tape, so I'm gonna just use different tape and see if that'll work. Well, you ready for a man's night? Father-son night? So Jamie actually just left for work at night because we're supposed to get a crazy snowstorm here in New York. We're supposed to get somewhere between, it keeps changing, but somewhere, at the last update was somewhere between 12 to 20 inches. So rather than me having to drive her into work again, and rather than her trying to drive home, so what her hospital actually offered and is providing accommodations for some of their employees. So they actually set up a hotel for them. So she's actually going now. She works the day shift, but it's night right now. She's driving into work, gonna take a shuttle to a hotel, stay at a hotel for the night, and then go to take the shuttle again to work tomorrow, and then go in the morning to work, and then potentially even stay over again to work the next shift. She doesn't work on the next day. She doesn't work the next day, but because of, like, she might just offer to work and switch to somebody because, you know, it might be hard for night shift again or something like that. But she's signing up for, man, like, you know, working the night shift and having to travel. That's what you get for being a first responder, or like essential worker, I guess they call them, right? But Bullet and I are having a father-son day, right? I've watched a couple episodes of this so far. My friend told me about it. Bullet, stop sniffing. Stop it. Bullet. My friend told me about this today. It's called Turn, and it's about Washington. It's based on the American Revolution and the times of the American Revolution, but it's based on Long Island right here. So like there's places like Setauket, Oyster Bay, and Hempstead. Like those are all towns that I've been to and go to not pretty often, actually. I don't leave Northport all that often. But it's pretty cool to see like areas, and I love history. So that's actually something you probably didn't know about me. I love history, all kinds of history, even seeing things like, you know, going to museums and even art history to some degree, kind of. But like I love that stuff. I think it's so fascinating. Stop sniffing. So we are having some sushi and whiskey. Sushi and Netflix. On a completely different note, I was telling Jamie this. You want to hear one of my 2021 resolutions? It's actually the complete opposite of what most people's are. In 2021, I told Jamie that one of my resolutions is actually to drink more. Well, most people's resolution is, hey, I want to drink less. Mine's actually, I want to drink more. And not in the sense of, oh, I'm looking to get party and get drunk. Like I don't drink to get drunk. I personally drink because I really enjoy it, and I find the different types of alcohols and the history of and making of alcohols, it actually ties into my love for history and stuff like that. Where it's like, I find it so fascinating how wine is made, and how if you change one thing, or if it rains too much, it changes the wine, or if you add one extra spice in the whiskey, it changes how you distill it, and it just, I find that stuff so fascinating. So I actually want to make it a hobby and like learn how the stuff is made. And I mean, I mentioned last weekend how my friend got me that whiskey distilling kit, and like I find that stuff so cool. And I don't know, start to learn about it and learn how it's made, how the difference between why a Merlot is drier or fuller than a Cabernet, or why whiskey from Kentucky is different than a whiskey from Ireland, and all this. I just think it's really fascinating. So I want to start like learning, like, okay, well, this is the difference between an Irish whiskey, this is the difference between a Kentucky bourbon, this is why rye, you know. So that's one of my 2021 goals. I want to, and I don't do resolutions, but I was just kind of joking with her because usually New Year's resolutions are the opposite of that. But I found that pretty funny. So don't take that in the wrong way. I'm not a partier, but I do find it really cool. And actually, I think it could be a cool hobby just to learn about this stuff and appreciate it. Like, oh, this is a 15-year bottle because, and this is why it's so valuable because this. You know, I think that that's really cool. So on a complete side note, as I mentioned about getting all this snow, I hate shoveling and I hate snow blowing and all that stuff. And my dad asked me to help him potentially. My dad is helping out a friend with doing some plowing and stuff. And I hate my dad called me. He's like, hey, I might need help. Would you be able to help me? And I hate this stuff, but I figured my dad would drop anything to help me. So let me do pay the favor in return. By that being said, I'm like, I don't want to do my driveway and my path and stuff and those other people. So I'm like, let me text the college kid to see if he wants to make a couple bucks, and I'll stimulate the economy by hiring him to do mine, because I don't want to spend an hour, and I just hate stuff like that. Even since I was a kid, I always used to joke, like, I was like, I'm not going into blue collar work. I'm 100% a white collar guy. I don't know. It's just me. Oh shoot! I actually accidentally turned the TV off for that little clip right there. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Go back to that. There we go. Nice. Classic Jacob is every single time I have sushi, every single time, no doubt, I always take one piece of sushi with too much wasabi, and I burn my nostrils so bad. And I also find it curious that sushi wasabi only burns your nose, but it doesn't burn your mouth. I find that super interesting. You're asleep, you pop, huh? We gotta go out. It's time for bed, Bullet. It's time for bed. Me and you tonight, buddy. Just me and you. So I've got some amazing news. I'm pumped about this. It's actually, you guys probably won't even care, but I am super pumped. I officially caught up on my daily journal. I was a little bit behind, and I was using my vlog to help me get back on track for some of the days that I missed. Every single day is now accounted for over 6.5 years. July 3rd, 2014. I mean, I was catching up with days like maybe a couple months ago, like back in like October, I hadn't missed a couple days. Every single day accounted for, journaled every single day for over 6.5 years. I am super pumped about that. The reason I actually started is because when I wanted to be a musician, when I set out to be a musician, I didn't have any sort of guide, and I was like, how in the world did these people do it? So I was like, you know what, I'm going to change that. I'm going to actually document my process so people can actually look back and see how I did it. While it might not be the same exact process for you or them, it's like, you know what, at least I have some sort of idea, some sort of mentality. They can learn from me, they can learn from something, and I can even look back and just see what I did, and I think it would be just a cool way to document my journey. So that's why I did it, and I'm super pumped that it's every single day. I like stuff like that. Come on. Let's go out. Ugh, we gotta put sheets on the bed, man. It's the worst. Come on, let's go out. Oh wow, look at this. Between 12 to 20 inches. Come on, let's go. Yeah, let's go to bed, buddy. Where you going? Let's go to bed. Wrong way. Bullet. What are you doing, buddy? Look at that. That's a great shot. Look at that. You can see all the snow falling. Looks like a Bob Ross painting. That is a great shot. Looks like a Bob Ross painting. Come on, Bullet, let's go to bed. Let's go.
I hold your hand, you hold my heart. Everything that's mine is yours. I promise I love you forever and all. Looking fine every time I see you. Winter, spring, summer, fall, all the seasons. In a dress or in your sweater, in your PJs. It doesn't matter, babe, you're so beautiful. Let me be your man when you're hurting, and let me hold your hand when we're flirting. Let me be the one, oh babe, let me be the one, oh.